When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Right guys, welcome to the channel if you're new to the channel, and welcome back to the channel if you're one of our old kind of regulars. Impulse responses. So as you're well aware, I've been doing a ton of Helix videos and totally dig the product. Kind of thought it was the best you could get, and it was in itself the best it'd ever be. And then there's just been updates and updates, just made it better and better. It's been absolutely amazing. Then I get an email from a company called 3 Sigma Audio. I'll put the link in the description to their store, who specialise in impulse responses. Now I haven't got a clue, so I was just like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll have a little fiddle with my Helix and I'll throw some impulse responses in and see what they do. And what they do is magic. They just make it sound even better. As per the Helix versus Kemper demo, I'll stick that in the description as well. The Kemper kind of in some tones had a little bit of an edge, whereas the Helix in some tones had a little bit of an edge. They both kind of felt spongy and groovy when you were playing them, but now the Helix just really does feel exactly like my amps, which is just bizarre. I just didn't think the impulse responses would make that much of a difference. And also, why aren't they that good out the box? Bit of a weird one. So anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to run through a Marshall kind of smooth tone, then a Fender funky kind of tone, and a Mesa Boogie orange 5150. Now the 5150 is a patch that I'm really familiar with, and I'm literally just going to take out the cabinet that is built into the Helix, which is the Kali V30, and I'm going to throw in the emulation or the IR for the Kali, for the rectifier 412. The orange is a versus AB comparison. The Mesa is an AB. The Matchless, I couldn't match a cab from the IR package that I've got, so I did my best, so it ends up being a Port City cab. And then the Fender Funk, same like for like, and then the Marshall Smooth is just kind of a tone with no built-in kind of a Helix cab, but I could do that as well. I might do that when I get to actually filming it. So that's it, man, and we're going to just run through them, and hopefully you guys will prefer one or the other. Well, you're going to prefer one of them, I hope. And then just write in the comments below what you think. I really think it's worthwhile. I think these are $7 a cab. $7, like. And the Helix is cheap as chips anyway. And what it does is incredible. And then maybe we'll do a string of all you need to know videos on this. So the next one will be running out of the effects return from my favourite head, which is the IRT heads from Laney, into the my digital audio workstation, which is currently a Persona Studio 192, which is mint. And then what I'll do is I'll load an IR from 3 Sigma into my Space Designer. And so we've got the cab tone, sorry, the head tone, but the emulated cab. Then what I might do as well is look at another way of kind of using it. We'll figure out what we do later on. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Right chaps, so here we are in my Helix editor. So what we can do is we'll start with kind of like the Marshall. It's kind of my Marshall smooth setting. So this, as you can see, has got some IRs loaded up. It's got the Eddie Van Halen 2B and the Eddie Van Halen 4A. So let me just have a little listen to what that sounds like. Yeah, if I just click that distortion off, so you get like a little slightly cleaner tone out of that. if you take just the delay and the reverb out as well, so you're just getting just the cabs. So let's now see if I don't know whether I'm going to end up DSP limiting here, but see if I can get a cab in there. So let's throw in a well, I've got Eddie Van Halen's in there, so let's throw an EVH in there, which is the solo lead EM. Right, and then if I just opt out of them, what you should get is what you get in the Helix. Hang on, I'm going to do that. I've cut that out, so I get to. Let's go back to the IRs. Also, what I found with the emulations is that they take distortion pedals a bit better. So if you put that distortion pedal back on now, that's kind of what it sounds like with the Helix cab. Right, let's try what that sounds like now with the emulations of the cabs. So as you can hear, it's just a lot more alive. The tone is just a lot cleaner, a lot better. So let's go for a Fender kind of style amp, and this again just a direct kind of comparison. So now we have got our Fender Funk preset up. What I've got now is these two kind of cabinet possibilities. I've got the built-in line 6 cabinet, and I've got the IR impulse response. So what I'm going to do is just try both of them out. So the first cab, getting rid of the distortion with compression and mod though, sounds like this. The IR sounds like this. The internal cab. So as you can hear there's just a lot more life in the IR. I don't know why, maybe it's just because there's so many more miking options on the built-in cabs, whereas with the IRs you just basically get what you're given, but you get that many options to load in that you could basically pick kind of different degrees of mic placement. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split that signal two ways. So now what I've got is I've got the internal cab emulation and the IR. Let's see what that sounds like. So pretty clean. I'd most probably, as I say, if I was running that type of spank, I'd most probably run both of them anyway. It sounds pretty good. But as per the Kemper review, a lot of people were saying that it wasn't necessarily the clean tones were the difference. It was the high gain stuff. So very interesting, man, that we can throw these IR impulse responses in and get such a wildly different tone, a lot more life in it. So let's try the Matchless. Now, Matchless by name, Matchless by nature. I couldn't actually match this up. So what I've got now is I've just got one cab, which is a Port City cab, which is the IR, and then I've got your standard built-in cabinet which is the Silver Bell in the Helix. So let's hear the IR first, and then we'll go for, and then here is just a little noise gate. So we'll go for the IR first, and then we'll go for the built-in. So that was your IR, and then let's go for the built-in one. Same pickup config, so split, and then I'll go through both, all of them. So you can hear instantly that it's really a lot thinner sounding. So built-in, IR, just no comparison. Now if I was to do the Helix versus Kemper video now, there kind of wouldn't be any competition. So let's go for the Messer match. So we all kind of know what these message dual rectifiers sound like, or triple Rex. So here's the built-in cab from line 6. And let's go for the IR. Absolutely night and day. Orange, let's try this one. So again, A-B comparison. So let's see what we got there. It's kind of our impulse responses. And then let's go for the cab built in. Back to the IRs, which, by the way, are a Carvin Legacy and an orange. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll stick another orange there. So I'll put the secondary cabinet, which is 3A. Without the distortion in there. And then back to the built-in cab. Night and day. Get spending your $7 and go and get some of these IR responsive bands, which is amazing. And then here's the 5150. So I know this sounds so well. So initially, what we're going to do is we're going to hear it without the IRs, and then I'm going to throw an IR in real time so you can see how easy it is to do. So without the IRs, it sounds like this. This is the built-in cab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel that cab out. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go to my impulses. Now I've downloaded some Eddie Van Halen's there. Let's see what cab I had. I had the Cali, I had the Messer rectifier. So there it is. So what I would do is I would just go to import. Yeah, I'll do it again. So import. I get some options. I'm going to go to my impulses. I'm going to go to my 5150, which would be my where are you? I will see you eventually. There you go. So Eddie Van Halen 5153. I'm going to go to the WAV. I'm going to pick 96 kilohertz because it's the best, and then I'm going to go for 2B or 3A, which is kind of my preferred kind of preset. Then I'm just going to go to impulse responses, mono, the highest rate I can put in. And then I'm literally just going to go back and find that cabinet, which is this guy, 3A.
Right guys, so now if you look at my original speaker cab that was coming from the Helix, there was 2 cabs. It was a dual block, which is cool on the Helix. I do love that. But to now give it a fair chance, we need to do exactly the same thing, but with the IR and with the impulse responses. So what I've got now is I'm going to lower the sample rate, otherwise it won't allow me to. I've used up on my DSP. I'm going to drop another cabinet in there. So I did have the Uber 412. So luckily enough downloaded that one. So I'm going to just grab that, which is called the Uber Cab 3A again. And that is now the tone I was after. So let's just A-B that again. So original cab. Then my IR.
So there you have it, guys. Impulse responses do make quite a bit of difference. So I would go out and I would buy all of them. 3 Sigma are an amazing company, seem to do things right. They all sound good, and they're £7 each, $7 each. I don't know what that is in the UK. It's like a Big Mac and fries, man. It's not a lot of money. And you might tend to just stick with 3 or 4 cabs. You might not need them all. But for £7, you know what I mean, or $7, it's not a bad do. Give them a go anyway, and we'll see you in the next one, where we will most probably be putting a head into a DAW and using the impulse responses as an after kind of thought to just get the tones we need. But as far as Helix owners are concerned, you would be doing yourself a disservice if you don't grab this stuff. Just saying, like. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace and all that love goodness.